Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yesterday, again, we saw US market continue to remain strong, mainly driven by good retail sales, which has come yesterday. The month-on-month retail sales grew by 1.7%, whereas the expectation was 1.4%. And last month, the retail sales grew month-on-month by 0.7%. So that has kept the sentiment high in US market. Even after inflationary environment, sales consumers are buying the product in the market. Apart from that, yesterday again there was a meeting between president of US and China after a very long time, and that was a cordial meeting, and that has kept the sentiment high also. But apart from that, the dollar index, which kept on increasing and moved up to almost near to $96, and that has kept pressure on the commodity. And commodities has again shown corrections in today's morning trade. Dollar, the crude oil is at around 81.85 versus last yesterday same time around 82.6. Apart from that, the aluminum is down by around 2% and copper is down by around 1%. Iron ore and steel are flat in today's trade. If you see the futures of the US market, they are also more of a flattish, but Asian markets are seeing some corrections. Most of the markets are down. So overall indications are on softer side, though US market continue to perform, but the other market are getting some impact. I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Yes, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. This is Swati. Today, the market is likely to open a little bit by gap down by 60 to 70 points on a downside, which means at around 17,920, 930 levels, the market will get opened. Going ahead, 17,800 will act as a crucial support level provided by its 50 days moving average. So as of now, for the today intraday purpose, 17,800 will act as a crucial support level for the Nifty. First, 17,900, any below that level, 100 points correction can be seen towards 17,800 to 17,770 levels. From there onwards, we might see some pullback rally. Whereas on the flip side, 18,000 will act as a crucial resistance level, which is the psychological resistance level. If it's break that level and if the Nifty maintains a positive closing at least 1 to 2 days above 18,000, then only we can witness some fresh buying into the market. Otherwise, the selling pressure is likely to be continued maximum towards 17,800 levels on the downsides. On the Bank Nifty front, for the today intraday purpose, 38,150 levels can be act as an initial support level. If it's break that level, then we might witness some more profit booking, which might take a Bank Nifty towards 37,900 to 37,600 levels on the downsides. Whereas on a higher level, 38,750 will act as an immediate resistance level. If it's break that level, then 39,000 levels can be seen. The overall view will remain cautious as long as Bank Nifty trades below 39,000 psychological mark and the Nifty trades below 18,000 levels. So as long as both the indices trades above the mentioned resistance level, the view will remain cautious. So one can hold their positions, but with the strict stop losses. Coming towards the Nifty Finance side, for the today intraday purpose, 18,900 will act as a first resistance level. Any move above that level, then only we may witness some positive move towards 19,000 to 19,100 level. Whereas on a downside, 18,700 will be the first support level. Below that level, 18,600, 18,540 levels can be seen on the Nifty Finance. Stock specific, one can keep an eye on the Maruti, Motherson Sumi and Chambal Fertilizer on a positive end. So, and for the negative side, means for the short term purpose, Manappuram Finance in Petro looks little bit weak on the negative front. So just keep an eye on this particular stocks. During a day, we might initiate a buy or the sell call in this particular stocks. I think that's it from my end. I request derivative guys to take a call forward.
Very good morning, everyone. This is Ayush Mehta. I'll be covering the derivative part for today. Well, in yesterday's morning call also, we had mentioned that Nifty should hold 18,200 levels. Then only we will witness further buying momentum. But Nifty couldn't even hold 18,000 levels, and we had witnessed a selling pressure in Nifty in yesterday's session. For today, taking the cues from SGX Nifty, Indian markets are likely to open gap down, and profit booking will be seen in today's session. Now, moving on to the option chain data and specifically call option data, call writer positions were added from 18,000 to 18,000 strikes, which shows a cautious sign in the market. And if we also look at the put option data, put writer positions got unwinded from 18,000 to 18,100 strikes. So this scenario is also negative at the moment from the open interest point of view. Now moving on to the other derivatives data points. FIIs were net sellers in yesterday's session. Also, PCROI, India VIX are negative at the moment. If we look at the immediate support for Nifty from data point of view, it is placed at 17,800. And if there's a closing below that, we might witness 17,600 levels. So we request everyone to trade with strict stop losses. That's all from my side. I request fundamental guys to take the call forward.
Good morning. Just a quick update on Repco Home Finance. So yesterday company held a con call, and although the result was not at all special, disbursement growth was much lower compared to other HFCs. Also loan growth dipped into negative zone as balance transfer remained high. However, the current MD's tenure will end in January, so in another couple of months. And when he was there, he did not enthuse confidence and was unable to grow the book. So market will see his exit as a positive. Also, stock is cheap at 0.8 times price to book. And with real estate industry seeing good growth and all other HFCs performing, I think it's a matter of time that Repco also starts growing. So, but one will have to have some patience as the new MD will join in, and probably a couple of quarters after that, growth should come over here. So stock can re-rate from current cheap levels, but one will need some patience in the short term. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Yeah, apart from this, about Finolex cable, though the result came in the last week, and the stock, the result was more of ahead of expectations. They are in cable business, and most of the cable companies has reported better number, like KEI Industry and Polycab. What we see that the growth in Finolex cable was higher than KEI Industries. The KEI Industry grew by around 30% year on year, whereas Finolex cable grew by 46%. And margin also expanded quarter on quarter substantially by 300 basis points, whereas KEI Industry had seen some margin dip. Whereas what we had seen, the management has commented that they had given some concessions to their dealer and reduced their gross margin by around 2% in the COVID period, which they are reverting it back now, and will be coming back to their old policies, which will result into gross margin against bouncing back to pre-COVID level. So this will have a positive impact on their overall performance, and will improve margins for the company. Apart from that, they serve mainly to the real estate sector, and then auto sector and industrial sectors. They are mainly into wire, and cable business is very small. So all these sectors are seeing an up move. So the growth in demand also looks positive for them. And apart from that, stock is also comparatively trading at the cheaper valuation as compared to KEI Industry. KEI is trading somewhere around the 21 times, whereas FY23 earning, whereas Finolex cable is trading at around 17 times. So what we see that there is still scope. Post result on Monday and Tuesday, the stock has moved up by almost around 10% in 2 days. there could be some marginal dip in the stock in 1 or 2 days, but we see that there is a value in the stock. Right now, the share is at around 580. At reasonable valuations, the stock can still move up to around 675 or 700 levels. So one may wait or accumulate the stock in near term. The stock can give a good return in near term. So that's from me.
Yeah. Hello, this is Akansha. Hello.
Yeah, Kanisha, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. So Go Fashions is coming up with its IPO, and the IPO is opening today and closing on 22nd November. The price band is rupees 690 and 655, and we have recommended a subscribe to the issue. The company under the brand name of Go Colors. The company has diversified bottom wear product portfolio, which includes ethnic, western wear, fusion, and denims. FY21 was a washout year for the company due to COVID. So taking FY20 into consideration, the company sales has grown by 37.4% and EBITDA margins also stand strong at 32.3%. Q1 FY22, the company recorded a growth of 200.8%, which indicates some amount of recovery. With COVID situation normalizing, we expect revenue to bounce back. And with growth in the industry, we expect the company to grow at a good growth rate going ahead. And other than this, the management also indicates of bringing down the working capital days to 120 from 1 to 40 in FY20. Cash flow for the company stands positive, and the company has negligible debt. Uh, ROE of the company stands at 18.4% for FY20. Looking at the good growth potential at the upper price band, the issue is being offered at a PE of 70.8 times FY20 EPS, which we feel is attractive. We recommend subscribing to the issue. Thank you.
So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.